So should I do
You
the
might as well
opening
because
again?
you already
Yeah.
talked into it.
God damn it!
You're live, by the way.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome to the PSG broadcast. People sucking at games. I am your not so much host, Johnny Utah, and to my west there is the one and only, and also your host, uh, Cineax. Welcome to your broadcast, Cineax.
Hey everyone, this is Cineax here with Johnny Utah. We've got a bunch of just bullshit happening right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Just
Um,
bullshit. Welcome
and
to
I
summer.
totally messed up the
Summer in the
title. We've
gaming
been like
market.
trying to figure out all the stuff and whatnot, and we've yet to do the title correctly. So, oh,
Yes. Welcome to a new software
there we
program.
go. Programming software. I'm gonna spell it wrong. Gaming.
Uh, oh god. Naming it on the fly, like literally in the
I'm
middle of the
pretty sure I'm gonna
broadcast. That's
rename that later on,
amazing.
but yeah, life goes on at this point. We're still a work in progress, as you can see. We lost our chat box due to trying to get into YouTube and trying to see our luck with the YouTube fame. So we have no chat box for you to see yourselves type to each other.
But just know, at least one of
But
us
yeah,
is watching.
definitely. We are watching in the chat box for YouTube. And if you have something to say, definitely say it while we're going with it. Also, if you have any questions, if you see this video later on, projectcineax@gmail.com for any questions, any comments you want to throw out there, or you can comment in the YouTube video below. We're trying to expand little by little so we can get everything out in the open and have more of an engaging community other than just us two. And when Frozone decides to get out of his box, we might get him back too. Because we lost Templar also, because he works in I think it was a Blue Apron now. He works overnight, all the
Ooh,
nights.
Blue Apron. I need to get him to get me a
I don't know
discount
if he
on that.
could, because he's like a part of IT for that. So I don't know how that works.
I don't care. I want a discount.
I'm going to see if we can get a discount.
I want food
I
in the
still
mail,
don't understand how
goddammit.
that works. It sounds like it doesn't sound kosher at all. Like, hey, look, you give us money, we come in a car with food for you, and it's not delivery because
Hey,
you have
hey,
to cook it
hey.
yourself. And I'm not fond with cooking
That-
things myself if I paid a certain amount of money. Like,
oh, fuck that. I,
what
I
was
am
it
all
called,
about
babe?
cooking.
The,
I love
the
cooking.
the restaurant that we went to? Oh, I forgot what it was called. The Asian one where we had to cook our own
You know,
food.
the restaurant.
Oh, Izuban.
Ah, Itiban. Itiban Dan. Da Dan.
Oh, wait. That's one of those places where you can cook your own food? Where the
It's
fuck
on
is that?
a Colonial, I think it was somewhere. Like,
Welcome to the food
yes, we're
portion
gonna
of the
talk about
podcast, by
food.
the way.
Food's great, except for the part where you have to fucking cook it. I think it's stupid.
No, dude, I've seen those places like in videos about Japan. I would love to go to one of those
Oh my god,
places.
I don't know. It was alright. I don't know. Like I might have to like do this like
I mean,
with like me and my fiance on our own type of deal and see how it goes.
yeah, it seems rather amazing to me. I mean,
It was a
I
lot of
don't know.
meat too.
Like I said, I've only seen it in video. Well, of course.
Cheese.
I mean that's the best part of Texas State Brazil right there is the fact that you just sit there and they
Yeah,
bring you
it
meat.
was nice. I liked it. I was happy.
Yeah, it's like here, have a
Yeah, pretty
shitload of
much. That's
meat.
exactly what happened. Here, all for you. So we're gonna start up with something that I'm gonna take a sip of this whiskey real quick.
Mm. And here I am without my
It's
whiskey.
gonna be okay. So earlier today we got into the conversation. Well, it was a Facebook thing where somebody already was discouraged by critics, reviews, all that stuff, and they got upset with what's it called? With Suicide Squad's I guess results. Somebody basically said Suicide Squad sucks and it's not gonna be a good movie. It's not a good movie, whatever. And this person was already like, you know what? I'm not gonna see the movie now because this guy just told me it sucks. So I'm sitting here wondering, okay, it's a fucking movie.
Yeah,
So
pretty
how is it
much.
that what was it a fucking movie? You're gonna go look a review up. They were like telling me stuff like their backup was like, oh, we like to be informed about our movies. It's a fucking movie. It's like you go, you sit
Yeah.
down, you watch that movie, and you get out. And then they want to hit me with the, oh yeah, we value our time. Everybody values their fucking time, but I'm pretty sure you've wasted it on other poor decisions. One fucking movie is not gonna
Yeah,
fucking
pretty
hurt you
much.
unless you die at the end of the movie and it was shit. Then you're fucked.
I can't tell you how many bad movies I've gone to watch and just been like, well, that. Oh
Yeah,
well, I
exactly.
guess
You
I'll
just
move
move
on.
on from the experience itself. Like, I don't understand. Okay, Suicide Squad. I already said it in the beginning. The Suicide Squad's gonna be like a shitty movie, but I'm gonna go see it. I want to make that opinion myself.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let some old guy tell me, "Hey, this movie's garbage. There was too much funny. There's too much action. At some point, I couldn't even sleep." Uh, no, like I don't fucking understand. I really don't. Why would you go for reviews for movies? I could.
Well, the thing is, you go, you read these reviews. These are people that are basing their opinion on the classical, what makes a good movie. Um, the
So
artistic portion
like a
of the movie.
baseline to this.
Well, I mean, they're talking about how does this hold up to Citizen Kane, which is arguably one of the best movies ever created, and it's not going to hold up. It's not going to be cinematographically amazing, if that is a
It might
word.
be.
I don't know if it is. I don't think it is, but it's not going to have the greatest script. The main reason you go to movies is to
Yeah,
be entertained. Is this movie entertaining? If it's entertaining, why not go fucking see it? I mean, the entire reason, I mean, I'm going to see the movie. I am going to see the movie. Bad reviews or not, I don't give a shit. The movie looks like it will entertain me. That's all I care
yeah,
about.
and like literally, me and my fiance got the movie
And that
for free on T-Mobile. T-Mobile Tuesdays, guys. It's fucking worth it. Like,
I hate you so
yeah,
much right now.
yeah. That's
I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I can't have T-Mobile because of where I live because I won't get
no, that's
service.
bad.
But yeah,
I want to say life goes on that point, but hopefully find another way. But
but yeah, I'm gonna see this
no, yeah,
movie.
like
Period.
that's. I mean,
And
it's first off, it's like a movie that's DC. It's comics related, all that good stuff. You're bringing something that's not been on screen, from what I've gathered. Like Suicide Squad's never been on there.
no, as far as I know, it's not been on screen. It's not really been on um, TV. I think they kind of touched on it a little bit in the
I don't
Batman
think it. Yeah,
series,
I
maybe,
could have sworn they didn't have an animated yet.
but th- I think they may have like touched on it, but I don't think they had a full-on animated
I
Suicide
think they
Squad
touched
thing.
on it also in
But
Arrow, if I'm not mistaken, but it was never mentioned. It was just like kind of
yeah,
like, hey, this is what's going on, and you kind of like think into it, like,
oh
hey,
yeah,
that's basically Suicide Squad happening in the background.
yeah,
But I think even a Harley Quinn showed up, but
yeah,
there was not like an
exactly,
actual showing of Harley Quinn. You just knew it was her.
yeah.
But
And Harley Quinn is hot, and that's another reason to
yeah,
see
that
the movie
works
for
too.
me.
I forget her actual name, but yeah, she's a hot actress, so that's just a definite like.
Oh God, yeah,
I mean, if that's not gonna get you to the movies, I guess you can keep your $5-6 and spend that on a burger and get fat. I don't know what you want to do because
yeah.
it's not
Oh
even
no,
worth that
I already
much.
did
Like
that.
you can wait it out and then like I think like they have it on Tuesdays where you can get you can go to a movie theater for like $5 to watch it.
Yeah, You don't have to go opening night. God knows
I
I'm not
always do,
going
but
to.
that's me. I think that's like because T-Mobile basically gave us no choice. I don't think they only said like for that one day. So
Well, if you're getting free
yeah,
tickets, you're gonna go
exactly.
when they
It's
say.
free.
I'm
You're
sorry.
under their control. But going into it, it's like
So hashtag free
basically
tickets. All right.
it's somewhere along those lines. My thing is like, all right, one of the topics that was brought into it was gaming reviews. Yes, I do gaming reviews. Do I want you to follow them? No, I tell you specifically my gaming reviews. Try it out for yourself because my opinion is not going to override yours. It makes no sense. I have a friend who is obsessed with gaming reviews to the point where it dictates what games he buys, and he misses out on great titles like 50 Cent. Like that was a great game. Until this day, I will always back that game because, in all honesty, that game actually had better shooting mechanics than some of our current third-person shooting games, and that's embarrassing.
Okay, I got to stop you there. I'm sorry. That game was fucking terrible. I did play it. I mean, yeah, it had some precision
Well,
shooting,
that's
but
as
it
good as it
had some
got. That was
fucking
like that's.
terrible game design. It had
Oh
terrible
no,
game design,
that's what I'm
dude.
saying. Like, what was it? Everything else about it, it was our. Yeah. But when it came down to shooting, it was better than your what was it? This is like Resident Evil's what was it called? The Umbrella one, Raccoon City. Yeah, that was fucking
Oh,
terrible.
dude,
It
do not bring fucking Resident Evil into a discussion about shooting. I'm sorry that their games are not known for their good shooting. That's part of the fucking horror of it. You're not gonna have a
oh no,
good
this
shot.
one was meant
Period.
to be a third person shooter. That's the problem. And there's basic mechanics that certain people can get like I want to say they can grasp versus what Raccoon City did to us. Because I mean, like you have like if you're talking about like Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, the shooting's terrible, and it's meant for that. So you're scared. You're not gonna fucking make that shot. You know what I mean?
Not just 1, 2, and 3. Fucking 4 and 5. I mean, the over the shoulder thing. It was okay, but it was not
I felt it was
good.
alright. Not I'm not gonna say like it was amazing, but it was alright in my opinion. Um, but as far as like the third person part, like I mean, what other games can I come up with that? Mercenaries was another fucking great game, but that was a shitty everywhere. Everything about Mercenaries 2 was like I think like I don't know if they got bad reviews either,
Oh god,
but I just know like it was a great game with
my
friends.
friend,
Like,
my friend bought that game because of the commercials. Because seriously, they were some seriously catchy ass commercials. He bought that game day one, brought it home, and was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck did I just buy?" Because he was literally driving through
yeah, it
walls.
was fucking terrible, but it
Yeah,
was the most fun I've ever had.
yeah.
Like when I played with a friend of mine,
Like,
Samaj. That's what I think his name is on PlayStation now. That was a lot of fucking fun playing that game.
well, you had better accuracy shooting from the hip than you did actually
Oh
aiming
yeah,
the
you're right about
gun.
that.
That's how bad that
I feel
game
that way
was.
about Destiny sometimes. Though. I'm not. That's a whole different story. They fucked up big time. But yeah, like reviews on games and stuff like that. I don't. I like. It's good to do it because you're talking about $60. $60 you're talking about
Yeah.
versus the $5 you will spend for a movie. So for you to tell me,
Well, it it can go upwards of 15 depending on, you if you watch the IMAX 3D version, it can be upwards of, I think in larger cities it's upwards of
but my thing
$25.
is, you're not gonna do that for a movie you don't know about. I mean, in all honesty, like
Right.
okay, Warcraft came out. I'm a huge World of Warcraft fan, completely biased to that whole factor. And when I saw it, I loved it. It was great. But I had to go all out. I had to get like the big like wannabe IMAX. I think it was called. Like I forgot what it was called. It's on an Epic Theater. I think it was. And they had like their XL
Oh
thing
yeah.
where like the
Yeah.
speakers, everything was just like an IMAX experience. You had reclining chairs. And I was like, this is great. Like this is how you're supposed to see a movie. But then when it comes down to I think we saw I forgot what we saw. We saw it like bottom dollar. Like it was just, that's probably why I don't remember. And till this day, I think X-Men is still better than Civil War. I care not.
Oh no, Civil War was great. I'm sorry. X-Men Apocalypse, it was good. Don't get me wrong. That was a good movie. Not great. I think it was, I think it was about where they thought it was going to be. It was in between First Class and fuck, whatever the
I
X-Men
think I got more
before.
of a nostalgia to it. That's what it was for me. Because when it started like
Yeah.
creeping down towards the end and stuff, and all the characters that were involved, I was like, yeah, I could definitely see this a lot better than Civil War. Because I didn't know too much about Civil War until just recently.
Well, I think Civil War would have been so much better if they could have involved the X-Men into it because Wolverine played a
Oh,
part
don't
in
even get me
Civil
started
War.
because that's like the whole. I think I want to say like the Harry Potter situation where like you have all these fucking great books, but you could only
Yeah.
fit so much into like the on screen. And when you're talking about Civil War, and I actually found out and I read about it, the amount of people and the amount of situations that were involved in Civil War
Oh,
were never
yeah.
captured in the movie. So I can play devil's advocate in this and be like, oh, that movie was fucking terrible. Like it did nothing for me because it didn't relate to what actually happened for Civil War.
Well, it did, but it didn't. It involves the same basic principles, but they don't have. You're talking about 30 years of characters built up along the lines as far as the comics goes versus how many years built up for the Marvel
I
Cinematic
was about to say
Universe?
8, but I'm not sure. It's been a while though, because I think it
Yeah.
was like
It-
2005 or 6, maybe they came out with Iron Man.
yeah, something like that. I mean, they don't have the characters available, a lot of which because Marvel licensed out their best
Yeah,
properties.
that was. Oh, you fucked up Marvel. You like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but the X-Men are the best Marvel property in my opinion. That's what I grew up reading as far as Marvel
Yeah,
goes was
yeah,
X-Men.
same here.
I
I
mean,
grew up on the
fucking
11:30
Gambit.
cartoon
What
on Saturday
Gambit was my bullet.
every fucking week.
Yes.
It was a great fucking
I
cartoon,
mean,
man. Like, what was it? It's great to watch. It was a great everything, and there was so many characters involved. That was like one of the beauties of X Men. It was
oh
not
yeah.
like, like the way it felt with the movies, where it's like, oh, Wolverine, Wolverine, Wolverine. No, for some reason, when you
Yeah.
watch the X Men, like the actual series, it was everybody involved. Like everybody had their part.
Yes. Well, in the comic book it was so much more. I mean, they didn't really touch on Jubilee, who was a main character in the comic and the
Yeah.
cartoon, because I'm sorry,
Yeah, she
Jubilee
does. I mean,
sucks.
she sprinkles out
I
confetti and
apologize
some shit, like fireworks.
if anybody out there likes Jubilee. I'm sorry, you suck at life. That's just all there is
That
to
I
it.
agree.
She was in the fucking she was in this last X-Men Apocalypse. And all I could say was, as soon as I saw her on screen, I'm like, please don't let her play
But
a part in
she never
this
did she? I
because
don't
she
remember
sucks
her
so
like
bad.
being that
No,
important.
no, she didn't. I
That
was
was
so happy
fucking
about that.
terrible. I actually wanted her to be a part of it at some point because just for old time's sake. Because it's like she was like a shitty character, but I think like wasn't she like the opening character for the animated series? What was it for? Like I think it was like the first
Yeah.
season or something like that, and that's where it all starts.
Well, and she plays essentially in the cartoon movies, she plays Rogue's character in the first 3 X-Men movies. That's what it comes down to. She was Wolverine's protege character,
Okay,
basically.
like Rogue, basic. Okay, I see what you're going with.
Yeah. Yeah, they come into the she comes into the mansion and Wolverine kind of takes her under his wing and is like, these are the ropes kind of bullshit. And she shoots fireworks. That is her big fucking thing. Oh my god, look at these sparklers I have in my hands. Who gives a
It was
shit?
fucking terrible. Hey, Braden Sandaker. I probably butchered your name, but hi. But yeah, Jubilee, what was it? I guess like she, like I don't know. Jubilee was like a fucking, I guess like one of those like passerby type characters because eventually no one gave a shit about Jubilee ever since the opening.
Yeah, in the comic book, she really did not play a
Does
part
she
at
even have
all.
like her own
Like she
comic
was
like
introduced, and
at
then
all?
no, as far as I know, she
Like
did
for
not have her
example,
own
if
comic.
Marvel did like a rebirth, like how DC is doing right now, like those rebirth comics where everything's like sectioned off,
Yeah,
everything's more neat. I would probably buy a Jubilee comic just to see what's going on. Like Jubilee rebirth, I would fucking do it.
well, I actually got back into the X-Men comic books for a little bit because they were doing X-Men versus the Avengers, and
Yes, I
that
have
interested
actually a
me at
couple of those.
first.
I have to like start going through those. I actually bought a couple of those because that was like the big thing. When was it on that year for like comics? And I was like, okay, I want to try
Yeah,
to collect comics because I've never done the comic thing. I've like wiki, googled all that shit about comics, but what was it? I've never done
yeah,
comics, whatever, at all. Till I want to say, what was it? X Men versus the Avengers? I did a little bit of that, and then I fell off. And now
yeah.
DC had launched their whole rebirth, and the moment I found out about that, I put in like my orders. I went and like started getting them. Coliseum Comics is where I get my subscriptions, and
Yeah.
um,
And hey, we are not we, they're not advertising with us, all right?
no,
You
maybe
don't
I
have
might
to
get
mention that.
sponsored. You never know. Calm down, man. Like I'm trying to make my connections. But yes, they are great for subscriptions at this point so far. They haven't fucked up anything, but I'm pretty sure like when I get paid the next time, they might fuck something up. Like actually, I think they did no, because they didn't. What was it? I saw Arrow comics in the back, and I asked them. I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, they have Arrow comics." I put that down in my subscription, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And like the guy like starts pulling them off of this shelf, and I was like, "You're fucking like 2 weeks late." Like, but it is what it is.
Well, well, the funny thing about the reboot of the DC universe, they seem to do that like every couple years now. Because just a couple of years, they had the New 52, which was essentially what happened after the Flashpoint comic books, which we were talking about earlier. Um, you know, the Flash goes back and he resets the
Because that's
universe.
what Rebirth is about, basically.
Well, this was 2 years
Okay.
before. Like it resets everybody. Like Superman just landed or just revealed himself to Metropolis, and Batman has just decided to become a vigilante and all that shit.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, and the Justice League hadn't even formed yet in the New 52.
That wow. Oh, okay. So I see where you're going with. Oh, New 52. I lost track. Sorry. But New 52. I wanted to get into that, but that fell apart. I think like I started trying to like find out information because they started posting up these links about how Batman was going to find out Joker's identity. And
Yeah,
wow. I like spoiler alert. Okay, spoiler alert. There's three fucking Jokers.
I
There's three
don't even
fucking
know this.
Jokers. I was gonna tell you
Oh,
regardless,
really?
but
Oh, fair
yeah, there's
enough.
three fucking Jokers. So now I'm sitting here like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And what was funny was when I bought the Rebirth, I didn't think they were gonna try to attach too much because New 52 I think rolls into Rebirth because of something that
okay.
happens with a I want to say Wally West, but I'm not entirely sure what happened.
Well, they have to roll into it because they can't just reboot
Well,
everything
that's what I thought
without
it was. Like, you might as well just
bringing
call
in
it
some kind
fucking
of
like Batman reboot instead of Rebirth because that's what I thought they were going with.
yeah.
But they called it Rebirth because it basically, from the point that I'm at right now, because I haven't really like gone into it and I really need to sit down for this. But basically
Yeah.
what's going on is that the Flash did his run thing, not the Flash, but the other one, the Kid Flash. But he's like more of an adult at
Okay.
this point, and I don't know if he fucked up or he tried to like reverse time. He tried to do his thing, and when he did it, now people forgot who he was. So,
No.
and at some point you see like the Flash grab him when he tried to warn Kid Flash tries to warn him or something. Grabs him and then he's like, "Oh, I remember you. How can I not remember you? I fucked up, whatever." So, I have no idea what's going on, but I will definitely have more details later on. Was it probably like for the next podcast? But was it Braden Sandaker says, what games are we playing right now? This is
Games
something
that
that
we're
you wanted to
playing.
talk about. So you might as well, because somebody viewing
Yes.
wants to talk about it too.
Well, recently I have been playing Guild Wars 2 because it's summer and there's really not new games out. So I've been playing Guild Wars 2. It's been a great game over the years, and the remake or the updates that they've done to it have really completely changed the way the game plays. I got in there because I went in. I bought that game when it first came out, like opening week. I think opening. No, it was opening day. But yeah, got in there. I leveled my first character up to level 80. Um, went through the storyline, all that shit when it first came out, and then I just kind of stopped playing for a while because there wasn't any. Uh, there was no after story gameplay at that point. And I turned it on the other day because this motherfucker that I'm talking to here decided to play WoW. I'm like, well, let me turn on Guild Wars 2 for a little bit, and it's completely
Oh yeah.
changed, and it's nice. I like it. Things are more streamlined. Apparently, you can
Oh,
glide
that's a lot
now,
of fun.
which is yeah, I have not gotten into that
That's a
yet.
lot of fun. If there's any like, cause right now I try to play Guild Wars when it came out with the new expansion. Um, Same concept. Everything was brand new. Everything was nice. I liked it. It was great. And then the way the story like kind of rolled out, I was not entirely with it. So, but the
Yeah,
gliding,
yeah, he didn't like the fact that it was
yes,
story
exactly.
driven,
Maybe that's definitely right now
which is
what
one thing I
basically
like
the end
about
game is right now is the way it was set up was just too forward for me. So I couldn't and the fact that like the game's difficulty, I guess for me overall is just not working out. Let's be
it. Well,
honest. Yeah,
no, you're
exactly.
used to
I'm used to
WoW.
fucking casual.
You
Uh
want you want to sit there and spam the same
oh
fucking
yeah,
keys over
that's
and over
oh my
again.
god. We're not even gonna get into WoW because right now I'm gonna leave that for next week, hoping that the revival of WoW can come with a Legion. But like the path that they're taking, like the game is enjoyable, but the path that they're taking as far as characters and skills and stuff like that, when I tell you that they went from like, everything being like, complicated, interesting, challenging, to like, hey, if you're retarded and stupid and you have like half a brain for some fucked up reason, you can still play this game optimally. And that's where like it's killing the game altogether. Like I fall asleep in the middle of a fucking
Yeah.
raid. That's not supposed to happen. Like, it's fucked up. Like it really is. And it seems like
Well, and WoW, if you set up your macros properly, you don't have to
no,
do
that was
shit.
actually like a back in the day type deal. But even now, like they don't even need macros because there's only like three buttons now, like for a character. Like, mhm.
Oh wow.
I like how you. Oh wow, yeah, yeah, wow, exactly. Wow, it's fucked up. But really? Oh, okay, never mind. Cause I'm over here like looking in the emails, and it says like, what was it? I was like, oh shit, we got an email for what was it? Our project Cineax, and it's like you're cute, smiley face, and I'm like, who the fuck sent? And it's my fiance. Thank you,
What?
babe. It makes me feel inspired.
Wait, hold on. What was that email again?
I don't think I'm gonna give it out now. Like,
Someone needs to
so
bring you back
you're
down to earth.
fucking ugly. It's like, oh man, wow, like that really hurts my feelings. So pretty much what was it? No Man's Sky is the big title for next week. We we've heard of a couple of things that were brand new to the whole spectrum of things that I wanted to bring up. And first we have No Man's Sky. Somebody what was it? Would basically like I think he went on eBay and bought this game for like $1,300 off of somebody. So somebody already had the copy of the game, and now this guy buys it for $1,300 to play it early access. I think it was like, what was it, a good like 2 weeks? I'm gonna need you to stop, Utah. Only because this has already happened to me when I was trying to broadcast. What was it? Uncharted 4. Yes, this happened.
Oh
to me.
yes,
That
yes,
was
yes.
very scary. But yeah, $1,300 this guy went and spent for a fucking video game. It was like 2 weeks away, and
Yeah.
he played it out. And apparently, I think he beat it within like 30 hours. If I'm not mistaken, let me see.
Yeah,
I think it was like 30 hours. Let's see. Yeah, he had a 30-hour was a playthrough, and people are not happy now. They're like, this fucking guy completed the game in 30 hours, and now what do we have left? Like, so my issue is, first off, it's a game. This goes back to even fucking around with like Suicide Squad and reviews and critics. Don't
Yeah.
follow up on people for an opinion. I can understand if you wanted to get an idea of what you're getting into, but when you're talking about No Man's Sky, they gave you tons and tons of information. You know, how to
Yeah.
explore the whole thing with the planets, there's an actual end game to it, which is the center of the universe. You have crafting, you have to level yourself up with the suit, the ship, the weapons. There's a lot going on in this game. This guy ripped through the game like I usually do. Like I love ripping through games.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean like, everyone else has to. You can easily clock over 100 hours into this game, even more apparently to what's going on.
Oh, easily. Well, I mean, this guy obviously got into the game, and his goal was to go straight to the center of the universe. He did not want to explore. He did not want to do essentially what No Man's Sky is about. And, at this point, he's got the game. It doesn't have the intricate ecosystem, uh, the monetary. I can't even fucking think of the words right now, but it doesn't have the people trading goods and stuff like that involved that it will once people start joining with him. So he's not
No,
getting the
he's
whole
not.
game.
Like there's a whole thing with it, and you're not getting into it. Basically, you're not going into the whole actual game itself because with No Man's Sky, there's so much going on. And
Yeah.
this guy went. He had, like you said, he had a goal. He went for it. Got to his set goal. For the most part, it seemed like he enjoyed the game itself, whatever. But when people heard 30 hours, they're like, "Oh my God, this guy beat the game in 30 hours." No, that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to sit down, enjoy the game. I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm not that guy. I'm the guy that's gonna beat this in like less than 30 hours. That's me. Like
Yeah,
I
you
have
have
a
a
new
new
goal.
goal.
Like he gave me a goal, and I'm happy, and I'm gonna be happy about this. But on top of it, it's like there's so much left out there that we can do for this game that this guy probably didn't go through. There's probably Easter eggs. There might be pop culture. You never know what you might run into in this game.
Well, I am like the polar opposite for you in games. Like I will fuck around in one zone for
Oh,
as long as I
you,
fucking can.
Templar, fucking Jimmy Mack, all of you will do the same shit. Okay, this is an example, and this is a shout out to Jimmy Mack 81 on PlayStation. This goes back to, I want to say, Resident Evil 5, because that's when they introduced that co-op. Me and him
Mm-hmm.
played Resident Evil 5 co-op. It was probably one of the greatest co-op games I've played. because of the way everything went down, and it wasn't so scary when you had a friend with you. But when it came down to it, every time we would enter a room and there was like notes somewhere laid out, he would run up to the notes and he would sit there and read it. So now I'm stuck in the same room,
Yeah.
like fucking A, I just wanna shoot shit and
What?
I wanna know what happens. Like
Well, hey, me fucking around in one zone helped you out in
oh no,
Guild
of
Wars, all right?
course. When you're talking about an
Just remember that.
RPG, like what is it? Let's say for example with Templar, fucking around in zones for Dark Souls 3, you're gonna find good stuff. So with I want to say Dark Souls 3, I was more open to exploring the game than just trying to rip right through it.
Right.
Because that's what Templar basically drove me into. The same way you drove me into with Guild Wars. There's more to exploration in a RPG versus fucking Resident Evil that he's reading the notes. But I'm pretty sure he's got more for the story than I ever did. Because I basically came out with a story with like, I don't even know what the fuck happened. Like, I don't even know why we're out here doing this right now. But he probably knows a lot more than I did. And I think like
Yeah.
Templar does the same thing with because you could read items in Dark Souls, and you gain the same exact thing. And
Oh, yeah.
I'd never do that shit.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way. I don't read shit. If you don't spell this shit out in like a cutscene or something like that, I'm not gonna get the story. I'm not gonna sit there and read. That's why I didn't get into Destiny.
Oh yeah, Destiny. That was
I'm
infamous
not.
for that shit.
Yeah,
And like I'm surprised.
yeah, I'm not gonna read your fucking cards that you're gonna give me. I'm
Well,
not going to. I want to get in there and I want
that
to
shit was
play.
surprising because a lot of people, what's funny is like the community that's built around Dark Souls, right? It's a strong community. Everybody loves it,
Hmm.
and everybody knows the story. But now when you have the community that's built around Destiny, I'm not gonna say like they are built of what Dark Souls is, but basically Destiny and Dark Souls did the same exact thing, and in a way. But the people in Destiny were raging. But then I remember a lot of people from Destiny came from Call of Duty, and that was my point. So I want to say the community for Destiny was pretty terrible for what we got for reviews and shit like that, as far as like actual story, because the story in Destiny is actually like immense. It's rich, but you have to read, and I don't like reading. Utah doesn't like
Yeah.
reading. I'm pretty sure Templar loves reading,
Nope.
and fucking Jimmy Mac fucking grabs a book like in the middle of like a video game. So
Well, no, I love reading books. That's the strange thing. I love reading books, but you give me a fucking video game, fuck
see, now
that. I
that's
don't
weird.
want to read.
That's fucking
I'm in there to
weird.
play a game.
I have no comment for that. I can't even save you from that.
I'm I'm in the middle of reading fucking Choke from Chuck Palahniuk right now, and like I don't want to read in a video game. Same reason I don't want to walk in a video game.
Yo, how the hell are you gonna fucking play
You
No
know?
Man's Sky? Like it's the Walking Simulator 2016.
No, but you fly
Well,
a
I hope
ship.
you were able to fly the ship into a cave, sir. And I hope you don't come out of that
I
cave.
cannot fly a ship.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, my experience for fucking Minecraft is gonna happen in fucking No Man's Sky, and that's probably when I'm gonna start picking up streaming again. But what was it? This goes into because
I might actually start streaming when No Man's Sky comes out.
Isn't a style like a mark
No
on your
Man's
eye or
Sky,
some
yes.
shit? Like,
Oh yeah, don't get me started on
doesn't
those.
that
I had
shit
one of those
hurt?
one time. It does not hurt, but it annoys the shit out of you
Oh
for
god,
like a
that
month.
lasts a month. That's terrible.
It lasted me a while, yeah.
That's fucking terrible. So yeah, No Man's Sky is coming out August 9th. I have to call my GameStop to find out if they're gonna drop it midnight. I need them to. Because in all honesty, what was it with Tuesday? That Tuesday is like the worst. Because around the corner you have Suicide Squad coming out, but that's this week, so we can get that out of the way. No problem. We got it on Friday. Good to go. What was it? No Man's Sky comes out on August 9th. Also, World of Warcraft is doing their whole thing with what's it called? When the Legion update, they had the pre-patch last week. Now next week they're gonna bring out the Demon Hunters. Demon Hunters pretty much are the new class that are pretty much, I want to say, they're introduced into Legion. So you'll be using your Demon Hunters a lot already if you already pre-purchased your expansion, and they start at like level 98, and you go on to 100, you cap out, and I guess you upgrade your gear. I don't know what your gear is going to be starting. I have no idea. You're just going to have a Demon Hunter for another couple of weeks for no reason, and you're just going to have it. Um, what was it? For the whole thing with World of Warcraft, that comes out, I want to say August 30th. And that's going to be an interesting concept because it's always full with, what was it, WoW and everything. And pretty much, we'll see what happens with everything, in all honesty. We're going to move into Pokemon Go for pretty much a convo into this one, because a lot of people are so fucking upset with Pokemon Go right now. So fucking upset. And it started off with basically, they try to do this whole thing where they wanted to update. We were waiting the updates. No one's telling us anything. We had the glitch with the 3-step bug. So apparently no Pokemon, any Pokemon that were near you, you did not know how far they were, where they were located. They brought in, some guy got clever and brought in Pokevision. Pokevision was a huge, like, it was a huge impact to basically what was going on for locating Pokemon. Fiance showed me this one day, and we were able to target an executor, I think it was, across the street. And we ran, it showed up, it was accurate as hell. It was like the perfect thing for Pokemon Go at this point. But they wanted to update Pokemon Go, Niantic. They were not feeling the whole thing with Pokevision, even though Pokevision was kind of like a crutch, in my opinion, for Pokemon Go, because they didn't fix their situation. I've seen people with, a decent amount of money, low budgets in a sense, when they have an issue, they fix it within at least, I want to say, a couple of days. They patch it up. But Pokemon Go takes a long time to do what they got to do. I don't know what's involved in it. I don't know what's going on with it. All I know is that for some reason, Pokemon Go did not want to do anything yet, or were probably really trying to work on it, and they couldn't find out exactly why the glitch wasn't, working out. And they fucked themselves over by closing out Pokevision. Then on top of that, they fucked themselves over on taking the steps away. Now you can't even like hold, I guess like select a Pokemon that you want to kind of focus on. You can't do that. You can't see the steps anymore. Now you have no way of tracking them. I've lost an Arbok. I've lost the fucking Growlithe to it. I'm losing a lot of fucking Pokemon to this. And I want to say, for the most part, I'm almost with the audience that's very upset about it. But at the same time, I'm pretty much, on the side, like, I'm going to keep playing. It's a great game for the most part. I love the gyms. I love the battles. Like me and Utah have been saying for the longest time, it's still in like its beta stages. And, in time they're going to fix it. They're going to fix everything. They're going to come back with their steps or maybe something better. But they didn't want people, I guess, like monetizing the factor of, of tracking the Pokemon. And I can understand where it's a cheating tool. But at the same time, it's like, it was kind of what was helping you out. I don't know. Utah, are you back yet? I guess not. So, so pretty much the update, what was it? It took away the steps. A lot of people were very upset. They started demanding from like iOS, from Android, Google, demanding their money back. They pretty much wanted refunds. People were actually issued refunds after the update. And in my opinion, it's a little fucked up because now, what was it? Everybody's like being weeded out. But at the same time, it's a good thing because the servers are going to be a little more stable because we don't have a lot of these people that were all like, coming into the servers, lagging everything up. They're all pretty much gone at this point. A lot of people, I have a couple of friends that actually deleted the game at this point, but it is what it is. In all honesty, I mean, they fucked up. They're gonna fix it. There's been numerous games that fucked up like altogether with WoW, with fuck even I don't even know if Guild Wars fucked up at some point. I don't think they ever did. They were pretty good. So
Okay.
with the glitches and whatnot that's going on in the update that pretty much came out and enraged like a lot of people, what do you think pretty much as to what's going on with all this?
Well, I think a lot of the issue is the fact that Niantic is not talking to the people. They're not telling them what they're working on. They're not telling them what they are trying to fix. Now, I know there are companies out there, like you said, that have fixed issues in the past quicker than they have. But at the same time, this is a beta game. This is not a game that has been released to the public. Well, it's been released to the public, but it has not seen its final release. You know, um, why they decided to do an open beta and not tell people it's a beta, by the way, I don't know. And the only way to really see that it's a beta is you look at your the version on your phone, and it's still a 0 point whatever number it is. It's not a Pokemon Go version 1.0.
No, yeah, you're right about that because what was it? We're still waiting for the official release of Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go, yes, they have everybody like intact and everybody's wasting their money. They're doing their thing, but technically, it's still in the beta process because that's basically what they're gonna throw at you. That's like their excuse. This is basically a game that's taken after a lot of the survival games we've played too, because they do the same shit. You put your
Yeah,
money into it. It has tons of issues. They're still trying to fix it, but it's technically going to tell you we're not official yet until it's not basically, I guess, like official. Well, till it's official, actually, a lot of the things that we're bitching about and we're like moaning about, it's pretty much useless because they have to fix it at some point. You know, at some
yeah.
point the game either gets fixed or that's it, and they will call it quits when they do. But at this point,
Well, one interesting thing is if you go back and you watch the original
yes.
introduction video, it shows that it points you in the exact direction of whatever Pokemon you're trying to
Oh, you're
find.
talking about that old one. So yeah,
And oh yeah, the original one. So that is part of their final
yeah,
design apparently,
exactly.
or what they thought the game was going to be. So they're they have not coded that out completely. They've just canceled out the steps for now because
Yeah,
it's not
it's got to
working.
be fixed at some point. That's it. Like it's something that has to be fixed, and in time it will. What's funny is some of the other glitches that came up with their previous update. This one had me in tears because we had a situation, and I'm trying to remember real quick. Okay, now I remember. A friend of mine posted up on Facebook something that happened to her, and she was out and about, trying to capture, some Pokemon, and she found a Tentacruel. No, Tentacool. She wanted the Tentacool through her Pokeball. I don't know if she just didn't. I mean, she tried to throw the Pokeball a couple of times. It looked like it was like missing on the hitbox at some point. So I thought that was her point. I was like, yes, Pokemon are a lot harder to catch for some reason. The hitbox seemed a little more smaller for some reason. And on top of that,
Yeah.
the capture rate feels like, I don't know, I'm gonna say dropped or increased. I don't know what's the like.
Oh,
So
the
it's
capture
dropped.
rate has dropped. It
Okay,
definitely
so it's
dropped. Yeah.
dropped, so making it a lot harder to actually capture a Pokemon. Where as a higher level, it's already hard for me to capture a Pidgey with a combat point of like 10. But now I'm trying to find and capture a Pidgey at combat level 10 for some candies, and now it's even harder to capture this guy. But everything detail wise, like
Yeah.
the Pokeball looks amazing. I love the way it looks now. but I can't capture the damn shit. It's pissing me off. Um, Certain things that I'm not sure if other people notice, the grass is gone. Like if was it in the beginning when we see like little pops of grass, it usually meant something was nearby. Like
No.
in that area,
Yeah.
you can find something, and it was like a
I
50-50.
no, that was as far as I could tell, that was all bullshit. The tufts of grass flying up in the air. I went to quite a few of those. There was
I've had
nothing there.
like I want to say 50-50. Like there was days where that shit led me nowhere to like maybe almost a broken ankle. That was it. Because I would see like a fluff
I
of
had like
grass pop
90.
up and I would run across the fucking field, and next thing you know, I almost snapped my ankle and it was pretty bad. But there was nothing there, and some days I would walk onto one and something came up. But they removed that altogether because I guess it wasn't working correctly. Nearby, they removed it with the footsteps, and now they've added new glitches where if you capture a Pokemon, like this girl did, she tried to capture a tentacle, and as soon as it was caught inside the ball, and it tells you like, hey, you caught him, and it gives you like that, the stats page, it came up a Staryu. And I was like, that's fucked up. I was like, I don't know how that's happening to her, but I haven't seen anything newsworthy as to this glitch actually happening. So I'm looking at my my recent caught, and all of a sudden I noticed there was an Ekans in there that I've never seen. I was like, shit, now I don't even know what I caught that became an Ekans. Like, so I don't know what Pokemon I lost. That was probably something else, and now it's an Ekans. Somebody claimed that they got a Caterpie, I think, and it became a Charizard. I feel that's bullshit. Um,
Well, if it goes one way, it might
I
go
would
the
hope
other.
so. And like at some point, I started capturing like everything I saw, and now all of a sudden, I feel like they stealth updated it because now everything's the same as I capture it. So I guess I lost out on the glitch.
Well, I have gotten a couple of upgrades in the past week, which apparently they're supposed to only do an upgrade every 2 weeks.
I'm pretty
So,
sure they're gonna like that was their
I've
goal with
got
their mindset, but at this point they fucked up the game to an entirely. So they're gonna be doing it at any point that they
yeah.
can, and whatever they got, they're gonna throw it out there. Because I mean, the latest update it made everything look nicer, a little more, I guess, like inviting as far as things are concerned.
It was
Yeah,
definitely more
and that's another
responsive.
thing. Like haven't had a frozen ball in a long time. So, I have no blue
Yeah.
balls here. Everything's all good as far as balls are concerned. But everything else, as far as the nearby tracking and all that stuff, it's an issue. Hopefully, within the next week or two, they fix it. Um, I don't know. It's gonna be weird without being able to track them. Because in all honesty, that was probably like the most fun you had was like, oh my god, this guy's right down the block, or maybe in the lake somewhere. So I gotta
Yeah.
run in every direction and see if the footprints go up and down. Or with Pokevision, they had that situation where it was like, hey, now we know he's not in the lake, he's over across the street. So you ran out of your house and you were able to
Yeah.
get that guy. And if you caught him, you caught him. If you didn't, you didn't. I didn't though. I didn't catch him. Poor guy. Um, but yeah, that's
Poor
pretty much
guy.
what was going on with Pokemon Go. Other than that, it's like, it is what it is at this point. We're hoping they fix it. At this point, it's just pretty much do your thing. That's it. Like if they come around your house, you capture them. If they don't, just go on with life, capture them on the
Yeah.
way to work or some shit, whatever. If they pop up, they pop up.
Yeah.
Continue leveling cuz I don't want you guys to get behind.
Yeah, as far as I can tell, there's no point to the little thing in the bottom that tells you what Pokemon are near because they're somewhere within 1 mile
That's what
of
it
you.
seems like too. Like in the beginning when they first updated, it seemed
Yeah.
like the Pokemon were coming out like all together for some reason. We went to a club back in Ocala, and the moment I popped out my phone,
Mhm.
like literally 5 Pokemon surrounded me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And they were all on my nearby, so I thought like Pokemon Go was trying to like help us out. But then, like I said, they do stealth updates where the updates, I guess, come
Yeah.
through the server instead of the actual phone. And when they do this, certain things change, and they swear that they're doing stealth updates, but you can tell off the bat something's off. Like the whole thing with like the, because I remember in my house the same thing. I opened up the app that the first update that we had, the last update that we had, everything would pop up. Anything that was nearby would pop up right on top of you. And then eventually,
Yeah.
like one or two of them would disappear for some reason.
Well, I hope they fucking fix the goddamn servers because I missed out on like 5 fucking Pokemon while I was trying to sign in while my girlfriend was sitting right
Oh,
next
that's
to me.
terrible. That's that's terrible. And she was just catching them all and just like, fuck it. That's,
Oh yeah,
wow.
he was like, I got a fucking Ekans
Oh,
right
wow.
here. Oh. Hey, look at that. There's a fucking
I'm still trying to
Staryu.
log in, babe. Still trying to log in. Like,
Yeah,
as far as was it me? I've had no issues server wise. I mean, there's times where it wouldn't log in, but it wasn't like I had a dire need to log in at that point. But so far everything's been
yeah,
pretty much good as far as logging in. It's just the nearby bug that needs to be fixed at some point because like right
yeah.
now there's a Dratini somewhere in my complex and I won't be able to find it. I want my Dragonites so bad.
You
Just
gonna
a
cry a
little bit,
little
but
bit?
not now. I got work to do. Um, this week,
Okay, so
what
moving
was
on.
it? Well, actually, let's go on to you with any news that you had because you had a couple of things we needed to talk about.
Shit, I already forgot. I ain't bringing this shit to me now.
I think we need to do like
Um,
what's it called? I do one, you do one type of deal. So it's more we're gonna
yeah,
do
I
that
think that
next
sounds
week.
good. Yes, let's do
Because
that.
I'm just going off my list right here, and then like I had like links open that you gave me.
Yes. Oh, fucking, where'd it go? Oh, Pray for the Gods. I
Ah,
just
there we
backed
go.
that
That's a
game,
must.
which it looks amazing. Um, that game looks like it is going to be one of the best games of the year. Um, I believe it's the same people that made Shadow of the Colossus, and it looks like a spiritual successor to that game, and I can't wait. I cannot wait for that game to come out.
And apparently, from what you told me, was $25 will get you a copy
Oh yeah,
of this game if you basically back them on Kickstarter. Actually, I'm gonna take that link.
yeah. If you have 3 days from
Wait,
now,
it's 3 days.
3 days left.
Oh,
There are
there
3 days
goes my
left to
luck.
back them.
Um, I'm gonna put that link inside the what was it in the YouTube channel so people can, if you are interested in kickstarting with them. The game looks amazing from the trailer. Uh, it looks great so far. Um, hoping it's gonna be a decent game. I'm hoping it's not more than fucking $30 at this point, but
Oh no, it's going to be a full
so you
release.
full 60.
It's going to be a AAA
Oh
title. Yeah.
man, fucked up. But all right, yeah, like that's one of the games that's coming out in like we said, you back them $25, they will give you a copy of that game for PSN. I think it's for Xbox also, right?
Let's see. I've got Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Windows,
Oh, Steam. Okay,
and
so
Steam.
yeah, it's pretty much
So
across the board for that game. The game looks great.
yeah.
$25 is not a real
So if it's
loss,
for Steam, it should be Linux as well.
but yeah, um, so yeah, I'll definitely just drop that link down at some point in time when I find it again. It's in the chat somewhere. But yeah. What else did you
See.
have for us today? That was like the major one.
Yeah, that was the main one. There was also, where did it go? I had that shit open. God, you're making me go back here.
I feel like your window's open, ready to go.
No, I see. This is what happens when I start drinking at
When you start
fucking 6
clicking on the
o'clock.
X's, like
Yeah, apparently I do. See, I've still got Stop Clubbing Baby Seals open
oh,
here.
that was important though. I should have used that as the background for this YouTube
Um,
video.
oh God, where? Fuck me. We're gonna have to edit this shit.
No problems.
Let's see.
I'm just gonna go into PlayStation
Mineral Scotch.
Network. So today was the release of PlayStation Network for August release for the free games. We have a couple that came out. We have Rebel Galaxy, which is like a space game. Not into space, but yet I'm getting into No Man's Sky. I heard something click.
You will,
Yeah, exactly.
and you will love
No
it.
Man's Sky is gonna be way better than this Rebel Galaxy thing, but we're gonna try this out. Well, at least I will. Tricky Towers. That's an obligated situation. Utard, you have to try that out. Ultratron.
Yeah, Ultratron. That I remember that
One's
one.
a little,
Mm.
little off. I'm gonna still play that. I'm gonna have like a whole little segment of the stream of all these PlayStation games.
Ah,
Those are the top three for
a little bit of your master race coming out there.
those are the top three for PlayStation 4. We have Retrograde for PS3. Ultratron also comes on PS3, and Yakuza 5. I think Yakuza was like a Japanese like Grand Theft Auto, or like a dumbed down.
Yeah, pretty
version
much.
of it.
It's well, it focuses more on the story and less on the
Sandbox. Yeah,
free roaming. Yeah,
I can see
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I hear it's
I'm
really
pretty,
good.
like it was from what I remember, it was a good game. Vita.
Yeah.
Not many people play Vita games, but Ultratron is still on. It's also on Vita.
Who owns a
I have
Vita
my
nowadays?
Vita. I fucking love my Vita. Only because it connects with the PS4, and I think it was Destiny, and there was another game that it played well with, and I was like, oh my god, like I could play this on my Vita. It's amazing. But Papa Pawn 3. Patapon?
Patapon.
Pata.
Pata. Patapon
There
3.
goes the whiskey.
Let's go with that.
I have no idea what this one's about. It says role playing. It says music, rhythm, role playing game, strategy. How can you be all three?
Oh, so okay. Well, you know.
I don't even.
Yeah, I don't
want to know. Like, that's a lot of.
No, I have terrible fucking rhythm. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah,
so I'm not playing that
I'm
game.
not gonna like. I'm only doing the PS4 ones, and it's gonna be a separate video for each one. Rebel Galaxy. They'll probably be like 30 minutes each, or probably an hour, and I'll have those in by like probably tomorrow, if anything, depending if I don't go Pokemon exploring. I have some eggs to hatch.
Well, I'll try to do some tricky towers with you.
Multiplayer. What was it? Co-op multiplayer. We'll definitely do that when we get time during the week, and have that viewed up and whatnot. And we'll come back next week. We'll talk about it one by one and see where we're at, because we fucked up trying to get it out. Was it like last month for July? And we tried to get those games out, but Utah here, his download connection with PSN was not favored, so it took him a while before the show. And
what the hell is going on?
At the same time, it's like, we're trying to cover 2 games before a show. The downloads, I think, came out around like 5 o'clock. And versus the games that came out today, they all came out like literally at like 11 o'clock, and from what I was told. And I got up at like 12, and like I was like, all right, I could download these, good to go. But
yeah. See, I wish they'd come up with a standardized time for them to come out.
Big
that way we can plan
like,
around it.
In my opinion, I feel like they should come out at least like the day, like at least like, I don't know if they have a reset time of some sort, but it has to be early.
Well, that is total. That is total first world problems though. It's like, why can't you have a why can't you have a standardized time for your
Yeah,
free
exactly.
games
That's
to come
probably
out?
why they
It's
don't
like,
have a
fucking
standardized
free.
time. It's like it's a free game. You just deal with it. Like, no, I pay money, and it's not free. You're lying to me because the moment I stop paying this money, I won't be able to access that game. So do not lie. I'm paying for this, especially this large library of
Right.
fucking free games that I probably haven't touched.
I know there's a lot in my
There's just
library that I
so
haven't
many that I
touched.
have to go back to that I want to get into. Might start doing like a retro Thursday or throwback Thursdays for some of these games.
Honestly, I'd love to get into Tower Crashes. That
Tower
game looks like
Crashers.
fun. Yeah, that was one of the free games back in the day.
Actually, what was it? I gotta look into that because I think it was, if it's the one I'm thinking about, that was actually a decent game to play.
Yeah, I played a little bit the one player, but I never knew anybody. I never saw anybody online playing it, so I
No,
never
that's
played it with
terrible.
people.
That is
I
terrible.
know.
Oh, now I'm like going through my links. Suicide Squad director apologizes for shouting "fuck Marvel" at premiere. Kudos to that guy.
Yes.
Even though Marvel movies are better,
He's directing a DC film.
like
Come on.
he had the balls to be like "fuck Marvel." Like,
Yeah.
I
He's doing a DC film. He should
exactly.
say
It's
fuck
a
Marvel.
territorial thing. This is what we do. Like, no matter what it is, when it comes down to like gangs and the Alliance versus the Horde and WoW, or DC versus
Exactly.
Marvel, like.
Somebody making a Xbox only game should not be like, oh well, the PlayStation 4 is a very valuable platform. No, they should be like,
Exactly.
fuck PlayStation. I'm making games for Xbox.
Exactly. It's very territorial, even with Xbox and PlayStation, Team Yellow, Red, and Blue, and fucking Pokemon Go.
If you don't wholeheartedly believe in the properties that you are working with, you shouldn't be working with
There you
those
go.
properties.
That's it. You have to be rebellious to an extent. You have to be forward to an extent. And this guy did that. And for the fact that he's apologizing is like, you know,
Oh, well, that's fucking PR. You can't look into the fucking apology. He's just doing that because of all
I'm
the
pretty sure of it,
backlash
yeah.
bullshit that the easily offended masses
He
are
had to,
bitching
but
about.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm on his side when it's fuck Marvel, because even though I love Marvel movies over DC movies, I still feel like, you know, this guy is like basically backed into a corner, especially with all the shit that's going on. Because the same thing happened with Warcraft, where the guy, like the director and all that stuff, and all the people involved are basically backed into a corner because everybody follows critics. Everybody decided,
Yeah.
hey, you know, the critics said this movie sucks. We're going to not watch this. But yet, when you're looking to like the overseas people, like in China and what was it, places like that, you have people by like the billions running in watching this fucking movie, and they're making tons of money for that movie for no fucking reason, because they don't have critics like that. They don't have those sites to go to. They don't do all that. They actually go to the movies.
China doesn't even have Google, so no. Last I heard, Google was blocked in China.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's intense. I did not know that. But yeah, like in my opinion, like stay away from critics. When we're talking about movies, stay away from them. It's
Well, I wouldn't say stay away from them, but loosely base your opinion on that, because you're basing your opinion on someone else's, and someone else's opinion is never going to be the same as yours.
But my thing is, like, as far as like
when
it's like gaming versus movies, I don't feel like they should have.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's gonna happen regardless, because we have food critics, we have movie critics, we have gaming critics, we have critics for everything. I'm pretty sure out there somewhere there's a critics for fucking toilets. So I understand that, you know, where they're
You have to actually read into it, though. You can't just be like, you can't just read the headline and say, "Oh, well, the movie's shitty." No, you have to actually read the story and be like, "Well, he thought it was shitty because he's basing it off of, well, the cinematography
Yeah.
wasn't great."
But when it comes down to like
Well,
the
who
people I
gives a
spoke to
shit?
was basically like, hey, this guy just said this movie sucked, so we're not with it. It's like you didn't read the fucking
Yeah,
you didn't read the article. Like you didn't read what was going on. You know, you're automatically like
yeah,
justified on the fact that you don't want to go. And you know, I know everybody has
yeah,
their own opinions, to each to its own when it comes down to these things, however you handle it. If you want to be informed about a fucking movie, awesome, great. That's your opinion. But when it comes down to it, my fucking opinion is I would not go for a movie critic. They shit on like
no,
literally everything. Like it's rare to see something do good on Rotten Tomatoes. Like the Civil
yeah,
War, I think, did great because Civil War is so backed up, like with God knows how much people. Like I'm pretty sure it's the same way. Like what was it with certain reviewers on gaming? Like we know you're in Electronic Arts pocket. We know
yeah.
you're in, you know, like Ubisoft's pocket.
Yeah. Well, it's like back in the day. Really, I used to really read the IGN reviews and really agree with what they said, and then eventually it just started being like, well, the AAA titles from a certain developer are all getting, you know, 10 out
Call
of
of Duty,
10s or 9 out of
Call of Duty.
10s. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, exactly. And it's like, well, I know all their games aren't great. That's just not
Oh, yep,
conceivable.
you are totally right, and I know like IGN is definitely in what was it Activision's pocket when it comes down to it. Like they are in there, and
Oh, yeah.
that's why you see every fucking year, and a lot of people do it too on Facebook. They will say, you know, 10 out of 10 Call of Duty. Like it's always gonna be like that, no matter what. Like even when they were making fun
Yeah.
of the trailers or whatever that was going on for Infinite Warfare, the same concept. Everybody's like, "Well, IGN's gonna still think it's 10 out of 10." Like, sadly enough, though, this Call of Duty might be a good 9 out of 10 after the missions we actually
It might
saw.
actually be a good
So
game.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut about Call of Duty this time around because I've always said like Call of Duty is pretty much shit ever since Modern Warfare 2. But as far as competitive gameplay and multiplayer, they've always been good. It's always been great. But story mode,
Well, yeah, when it comes to the competitive gameplay, the pro gamers, stuff like that, it's a
yeah.
great game for them. It really is. It's a solid platform for competitive gameplay. It always has been. It has not been a solid platform
Oh,
for me.
I almost feel bad, but I don't blame you at the same time. Because I think like when it came down to which ones was the ones that they started getting real futuristic about it with jetpacks and shit. It was one of those
Oh, uh,
Future
Future
Warfare,
Warfare.
Advanced
Future
Warfare,
War?
I think it was called. That
Advanced
one was
Warfare. There
fucking
we go.
terrible
Yeah.
when it came down to multiplayer. Like it was great when you played the story mode. It was nice. It was futuristic. Oh, this is great. But when I wanted to play multiplayer, I didn't expect like 5 people up in the air shooting me. Like, what is going on? Like, I felt like I was playing with like Iron Man. Like, I was like, no, this guy's a cheater. He's an asshole. But we'll see what happens with Call of Duty. Let me pull out the list real quick because I want to know what's really coming out as far as games because we have already No Man's Sky. That's pretty much across you, me, Templar. I don't think is going to be a part of that. We already know Frozone's definitely going to be a part of that. Um,
Yep.
sadly enough,
We're gonna have to find a way to meet up in that game, even though they don't
I'm
really
pretty
have a
sure we're
way
going
to
to
meet
have an
up in that game.
entire fucking night for that, and we're going to just waste our time doing that entirely and figure it out, and we'll stream that up.
Yeah.
But what was it, Alejandro? I don't even think we have like a good like tag name for him yet. But Alejandro, we're gonna have to get him up on this next week.
I say we just
Ali
call him Ali
Alejandro.
Alejandro.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that
Yes.
song too in the beginning of the podcast for him. When we come, we're gonna get him in because he's been participating as far as the chat is concerned a little heavily than more than us. that we actually like are a part
Yeah,
of this
actually.
show.
Yeah, he's been providing a lot
So
of
I want to
links.
bring him in because there's some Xbox news that we got to get out there, and he's gonna be that guy. He's our Xbox go-to.
Yeah, he's our
Yes,
Xbox boy,
and I will never
and we're
go
the PS4
PS4
men.
men and somewhat PC.
Oh no, I am definitely master race as far
Yeah,
as that goes. Speaking of which, you need to get your new
I
video
thought you were
card.
gonna
God damn
hand
it!
me one, like your old one.
Oh
Yeah, I
shit!
was
Yeah,
like,
I need to
okay,
do
maybe
that.
he's gonna do this, and then like it never happened. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna wait till it's ever brought up again.
Oh no, you definitely have to remind me
What was
about
it?
that
Or
shit.
you no, because I'm not working tomorrow. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll walk to the airport, Pokemon Go. But all right, Thursday if possible. Well, I'll remind you. But so far we got No Man's Sky, August
Yeah,
9th. Uh,
yeah, you'll have your brand new GTX 660.
660. We'll see. I like because I think you said it was like a step back but a step forward at the same time. I was like, oh, that's.
It's a step forward from what you. It's a big leap
Oh, I got
forward
it.
from
Yeah.
what you have
Then if
now.
that
I'm going to
works,
tell you that
because
right
we can
now.
start getting some PC stuff streamed out. That'd be perfect. But NBA 2K17, you've seen us play some NBA 2K. Uh,
Yep.
I already know Utah is more of a sports guy versus me. I'm gonna try to get into sports
Yes, I am.
because I want to know some stuff about basketball. I want to get into those conversations, but it's basketball. That's it. I'm not doing football. I'm not taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Oh, dude,
No,
you, well, you have to take the Browns
it's
to
a
the Super
natural
Bowl
thing.
because no, well, nobody else
Exactly.
will.
No one else is gonna help you out in that
They're not
department.
going on their own. That's for damn
But
sure. But you're choosing the hardest sport to get into, by the way.
it is what it. You might as well. You might if you're
Well,
gonna go big. I mean,
second
hard. What's
hardest.
the
The
hardest?
second hardest.
Oh, baseball just
Baseball.
sounds hard. Just like it's a fucking hard bat and a ball.
Well, I mean, there's so many stats to follow, so many numbers to crunch to really get into it, and it's just like
No,
I can't
I'll
do it.
figure it out.
And just sitting there watching a 5-6 hour game,
That's
I just fall
terrible.
asleep.
So we got No Man's Sky, August 9th, right?
Yes.
September 16th.
Wait, 9th? I thought it was
No,
7th. Oh no! The release of fucking. That's right.
there you
Yeah.
go.
I'm sorry.
NBA 2K17, 9/16. I'm not guaranteeing that we're gonna cop this, but it's a big. It's up there. It's up there. It's almost up there.
It is up there. We should stream some
No,
more
I'm pretty sure
2K16.
we're definitely gonna get back to that because I want to at least make over a shirt before I progress. But,
You want to get your basketball, not just the
I'm
not just the
done
brown
with the
shirt.
brown shirts. I want to be a part of the basketball squad. I want to be accepted. I don't want to be that guy that like if I come to the plate, everybody walks away.
Everybody walks away.
That
is
really
fun.
makes you feel like shit. Like if you get emotional in a video game,
Aw.
that's me. Speaking about emotional video games, Final Fantasy 15 now, deluxe edition. No, I'm not buying
Oh
that.
yes.
But Final Fantasy 15 is coming out September 30th, so that's a stretch from No Man's Sky. But World of Warcraft for me is gonna take some of that time. Not too much though. Not too much. We don't want to do that. Well, it depends because if that fucking video card helps out, that might help out a lot.
Everything in
Exactly, you have to
moderation.
do everything
Remember.
in moderation, guys. Don't fuck this up for everybody.
Well, as far as WoW goes, I think RAM upgrade
No,
would
I
be
think
best for that.
Didn't I tell you I have like 12 or something, or that was?
Yeah,
RAM,
so you
RAM's
should be
all
good
right.
on RAM.
It's
You
probably
should
video
run
at this
that
point.
game. It's fine.
Oh, I did not know this. Let's see what I was gonna say here. Here we go. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20-year celebration edition. This comes out on October 11th. That's definitely gonna happen because Xbox got greedy. They threw money at them and they took it.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna wait a couple of more months and we're gonna get it. I will be playing, of course, Tomb Raider, the definitive edition, and before that to ride into this. Oh, there goes Final Fantasy, the actual copy. Why are they showing Borderlands? That was a great game, though.
It was a good game. It
Oh,
really
here we
was.
go.
It was a lot of fun.
1018. What did I say for Rise? Oh, 11. So 1018, Battlefield 1. This is the first Battlefield ever, so we're going to play that. We've seen a lot of good stuff.
Yes, no
We've seen
Battlefields have come before it.
We've seen a lot of good stuff. It's the same thing with the Xbox. Nothing ever came before that.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of good stuff.
I am concerned about
You are
Battlefield
concerned,
1,
you
though.
said?
I am
Do
concerned.
voice your opinion. This might actually be an hour and change now. Like,
Well, it happens. It's based on World War One. World War One was not an exciting battlefield. It was a lot of trench warfare, a lot of single shot rifles. It was not an entertaining campaign. All the planes, they were all biplanes that were slow moving. The Zeppelins were extremely slow moving and hardly ever used, actually, because they were very easy to shoot down. So if they're going a historically accurate route, it's going to not be a very fun game. However, the videos that I have seen, they have shown a lot of machine guns, which were prototypes at best at that point. But it could be a fun game. It could be pretty terrible. Or, well, not terrible, because the only time they make a terrible game is when they release a game before it's ready, which is, every time.
Every fucking time. I don't think they've ever had a good release, because even Battlefield 4, I think, is like the highest of them all right now.
Battlefield 4 was the epitome of their terrible releases.
Right. The epitome of terrible releases, but now they're the best as far as the games are concerned.
Yeah.
Because even Hardline is not up to date as far as that's concerned. Hardline is fucking terrible. Great story, but terrible fucking game. And
I miss the days of Bad Company 2. I really do.
Oh,
that was such a great game.
Bad Company games were amazing. They were, oh my god.
Yeah.
I miss those games so much. Call of Duty 11/4 2016. Call of Duty. I'm just like, I don't know what's gonna happen with that. I mean, it's gonna get bought because you have the fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 attached to it. You guys are dicks. You decided to do this to us. You wanted this so bad, and now the only way to get it is actually buying this game at this point. I'm pretty sure, like, the moment we all, like, fork over, I think, was it like $80? What was it? This game's gonna drop off, and it's like, hey, look, for $20 you could just download this, and you'd never had to buy Infinite Warfare and waste your time. And we're all gonna be very upset. Dragon Ball Xenoverse, a huge grind fest for the first one. The second one, I'm hoping they kind of shave off a lot of that stuff, and it's a better game. That's coming out on 10/25/2016.
Well, it is another try at the MMO for the console generation.
And
they've tried it a lot.
I'm probably gonna look into it to see like any information about it, because when you bring up MMO, Dragon Ball Xenoverse wasn't so much of an MMO. It was more of like a lobby thing. Like, you started off in like what is like a kind of lobby, selected your mission, they set you to set mission, it was on a different map, you did your thing, but then it had that RPG sense where it's your own character, it's your own story, your stats, all that stuff. So to bring it with everybody else, and if they have it where like you're progressing like Guild Wars or WoW for Xenoverse, that would be ridiculous. You might as well just give us a $15 monthly subscription if you do that to us.
Well, it sounds to me like they, for the first one, they went with a Phantasy Star Online type deal, which I don't know if you ever played that game. That was a very old school game. That's going back to the Sega
No,
Dreamcast
I heard a
days.
lot of good things about it though.
That was a great game. I played the shit out of that game all the way up until they turned
Yeah,
the
that was
servers
a
off.
sad day for all of us. We're gonna have a moment of silence. But
Mm.
yeah, Fantasy Star was a great game. I think they have something coming up in the works, but I don't know if it's gonna hit the U.S. anytime soon. But on PlayStation 4, Fantasy Star has something going on that we don't know about it because we're not Japanese.
Okay.
So, well,
Yeah. Well, apparently that game had a much bigger following in Japan than it
I'm
ever
pretty
did
sure
in
critics
America.
got to
So,
it too. Fucking critics.
well, one thing that I wanted to talk about before we end this is
Go for
Shenmue
it.
3. Um, I cannot wait for that game. It's a couple of years out still, but it was Kickstarter funded. It, they didn't even kickstart it for the entire sum that it was going to cost to make the game. They just kickstarted it to show uh, their publisher, look, people do actually want this game, and I can't wait for it. I'm essentially the only reason I want to bring it up is to drum up fucking publicity for it. That's it. Just look into that game, please, because it looks amazing. The first two games were absolutely groundbreaking at the time. Once again, going back to the Dreamcast days that I brought up just a second
Yeah, I'm
ago.
actually hoping to see that
But
game actually start coming out of the woodworks because nothing, as far as like the money is going in, like the money is going in, it's happening.
yeah.
But at some point, we're hoping that it actually comes out, and we'll probably see it on PlayStation. Really, um,
Well, last I heard, it was late 2017, early 2018 was the
okay, so we'll
release
probably
window.
see that at some point and some stuff about it. Um, what else do we have? Oh, Destiny. God, I forgot about Destiny. There's a couple of us still actually
Wait, people
going to
still play
play
Destiny?
for what's it called? Is it the Iron something? I want to
Iron
say Iron
Banner.
Banner, but I know it's not Iron Banner. I'm gonna research this real fast. Because
Isn't that the Iron Banner? I thought it was fucking Iron Banner.
Rise of the Iron, that's what it's called. Rise of the Iron. Yeah.
Oh,
So it's
Rise of the
Rise of
Iron.
the
Okay.
Iron. It's coming out, I think, on the 30th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just get a quick search on this because this is actually one of the games I'm actually kind of excited for, but I'm definitely going to pull a Utah and just buy it on download. No, it's
Pulling
only
me,
on
yes,
download, so might as
because
well just buy it on fucking
oh yeah.
yeah, you can just buy it on PlayStation or Xbox, whatever you're at. Sad news is that PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 won't be able to participate because you're holding
Well,
us back as far as Destiny's concerned. I'm sorry.
at this point they're dead consoles. I apologize for anybody out there who is still playing on them, but how many years has the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One been out?
Wow. A long time. It's over. It's done.
Yeah, at some point you have to upgrade. The Xbox One's down to $250. Go buy one.
Yeah, exactly. Especially the Xbox. Like, if you can't get to the PlayStation 4, don't worry. Xbox is getting cheaper by the fucking second. Like, they're losing money as it is. So,
Yeah, I mean that they're doing everything they can to sell those things, especially before the
I'm pretty
Xbox
sure
One
they
S
started
comes
coming with
out.
hot chicks on top of them at this point. And if you're into hot men, they do that too.
Yes.
So, yeah, you might as well just try to buy one if you're into the whole Xbox thing. I used to be. I don't want to knock on Xbox too much. I do it for joking purposes, but Xbox 360 was amazing.
Oh yeah.
If
Oh, I played
yeah,
the shit out of my
360 was
360.
like one of the amazing consoles. Xbox, the first one, not the
Yeah.
one, the first one was possibly one of the best systems I've ever had hands on because of them initiating online play with no extra bullshit, even though you had to pay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the centralized online play that
Yeah,
was game
that
changing.
was like Halo. I think it was Halo
And
2 at the time. Was like the most
yeah,
amazing game
it
I
was Halo
played
2.
versus like Counter Strike on a fucking computer. Like Counter Strike was amazing. It was the most amazing game I played as far as online multiplayer. But when it came down to Halo Part 2, that game was it was amazing. It was great. It was
Well, it was the best
and it was
multiplayer
fucking
game
like
for a
seamless
console
too. Like
at
there
the
was
time.
no issues
Period.
as far as that game is
Yeah.
concerned. Like it was I don't
Oh
know,
no.
there's nothing more to say it. And if you're out there, Xbox babe, hi.
Well, I mean, there were people that were online after they shut down the servers, just trying to keep the servers up for as long as they could so they could keep playing.
And that's gone now.
I mean, there were people that kept those servers up for close to 24 hours because they just never logged out so that they could keep playing
That's
online.
wild. Was that like when was it when they were rolling into
Yeah.
Xbox One or something? Oh, you mean the Halo 2
Well,
servers?
no,
Oh, okay,
the
yeah.
Halo 2 servers,
That's
yeah.
funny. That was a great game too. That was a great game. Uh,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Xbox 360, you had it. Xbox One, not so much. I don't know what you're doing. I want to know what you're doing, but I don't want
Well,
to
they
know.
didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what they were doing from the beginning, and that kind of fucked them over. They got their act together, and I'll be honest, I will eventually end up
Well, I
getting an
have to
Xbox One.
because you're talking about Gears of War,
Yeah.
Halo. Um, yeah, that's
Yeah.
about it.
Well, I fell off of Halo. After Halo 2, it just kind of
I don't think. Yeah, I
petered
don't know
out
if I
for me.
can get back into Halo. If I could try, I'll do it. But what was it? I think like ODST was one of my favorite ones because it was like the side Halo. Like these are the people that are not
It's like
important.
Halo, but not.
And I actually enjoyed it for some reason because it was like I don't know, there was something different about it. But Gears of
Yeah.
War is like a must. So yeah, if you have an Xbox, Gears of War, I think they're coming
Yes.
out with the game soon. Definitely check that one out. It's fucking Gears of War.
Yeah.
I can't tell you it's bad. If I told you it's bad, you still have to play it. That's the way I look at it. Um, Gears of War has always been a great game. I played I think it was like the first three of them. I think it was like all in like one
Yeah.
span for like the campaign because I had just gotten into Gears
Mm.
of War at the time. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play all of them, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and playing co-op is too.
Oh, sort of like what you did for
You know
Assassin's
what's
Creed.
funny? Assassin's Creed. What was it? I think I did the first one because you were the one that told me about Assassin's Creed, and we know you're listening to
Yeah.
you hated Ubisoft. Anyways, Assassin's Creed, the first one was terrible, but the story was
It
the
wasn't
gameplay was terrible.
terrible.
The fucking
It
story was
wasn't
amazing.
terrible.
Gameplay was
Yes.
fucking horrendous, but the fucking story was
Yes.
amazing.
Wow.
Like, oh god, it was fucking perfect. The Ezio story
Oh,
for
it
Assassin's
was
Creed
really
2
good.
and all the fucking side bitch games around it. That was like the most amazing like story game I played in a long time at that point. Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed 3, that's when he gets all American and Indian at the same time. Oh, is it I loved it because of the bow, but at the same time yeah,
You and the
I loved
fucking
it because he
bow.
had a bow, but at the same time I was like they introduced like I think like something with the ships and it was like a little turn off and but the rest of the game was alright. Assassin's Creed
Yeah.
4 Black Flag, that game I loved playing because I love Assassin's Creed. I love the concept. I love the way it all plays out. But when they started throwing me on a boat, I was like, "There's nothing stealthy about this." I'm having
No, you just go in there and
constant
you blast the
boat
shit out of
battles
ships.
back to back, and I'm like, "This is fucking gay." Like you,
They were
I,
fun. Come on,
I
you
don't
gotta
like
admit they
like
were fun.
if you catch me in Battlefield, I am not in a vehicle.
Uh,
I don't like vehicle gameplay. Well, I can't say that because I love Twisted Metal. Like, But as far as Assassin's Creed, the boat battles, like I didn't, they're fun once you get used to it. But it felt like there was too many. It felt like there was too much going on with boats, and it was like, all right, you need to stop. Like there's times where I
It's a
know,
pirate
and I couldn't
game.
be a fucking pirate. I wanted to be a ninja. Like it's a faction thing. You already know how this goes. You pick a side and you go. You work with it.
And pirates are
I'm a
better.
ninja.
So
That's
come
it.
on.
And I think I want to say they reintroduced it back without boats almost. They probably still have boats in Unity. I wouldn't be surprised. But Unity and was it Revelation? No, not Revelation. What's the next one that was called?
That I don't know. I kind of fell off the bandwagon for uh, Assassin's Creed once they released the fact that it's never going to have an end. It's just going
That's
to keep
fucked up.
going.
And they like spoiler alert on
Yeah.
this one. I think it was what's this? The guy fucking died. I forgot his name, so it's not even a spoiler alert. But one of the guys died, and now it's like it makes no sense. So
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I want to play more Assassin's Creed.
It is a really fun game. The parkour is amazing. It's probably the best parkour that I've played, including fucking Mirror's Edge, which I
You're
played
making me
back in the
want to
day.
fucking play some Assassin's Creed. Like I'm probably gonna sit through the fucking battle. I mean, not Battlefield, but I'm probably gonna sit through it and just fucking go through the game
Oh,
because
speaking of Mirror's Edge, they've got that new one
I think it
coming
already
out, or
came
if it
out.
already came out, I'm not actually sure. I'm actually kind
I'll
of
wait for a
interested in
price
that because
drop and
Mirror's
fucking
Edge.
purchase that one because I played the first one on PS3 and at first I
Yeah,
wasn't too into it, but the parkour and all the moving around and jumping and you take a gun and
yeah.
I was like, this is pretty good. This is actually decent. Not something I would actually like really go hard about, but it's a good game.
No, it was. It had a really good concept, and I think it had a flawed. I can't really put my finger on what was flawed about it, but it was. I don't. It
It
just
was something.
it
It was
was okay.
something that just fucking
Yeah,
bothered us because that was that.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
bothered everybody because every person that I've heard talk about it said, yeah, it was a fun game, but I just couldn't get
No, yeah,
into it.
like the same thing. It was fun,
Yeah.
like especially like the beginning, exploring, learning how to do everything, and then eventually it was just like that's it.
Mhm.
That was it right there. Story would have been
Yeah, like I played the demo of that game before it came out, back when you downloaded the demos for games, which, God, I miss that
they
day.
still happen. It's
But
just very fucking like hard to find, especially on PlayStation. Because if you go
yeah,
to the demos, they take you straight to the game to pay for it. Like
yeah, it's like I'm
exactly.
trying to get the demo, not the whole game. But I downloaded the demo. I was like, this is an amazing game. Like I love playing this game, so I fucking bought it as soon as it came out, and then like I played it like 3 times, and I was like, yeah, I guess the demo was the best of the
That was
game.
it. Well, pretty much.
Yeah.
We're at like what, a minute and 40 on this one. I mean, an hour and 40. Yeah, a minute and 40.
Hour
We got
40?
a lot of that information out in a minute and 40 seconds.
We were talking really fast.
But what was it? We're gonna have our PlayStation Plus games on the next show. What's that? Episode 6.
Oh,
Yeah,
we
we're
had
at
6 already?
We're technically supposed to be more, but we missed out like on 2 weeks of it. But it's just like we said, summer is fucking dry as shit. By next week, everything's gonna. Oh god, next week's gonna be a mess.
We're at a new platform. Let's just call this episode
No,
1.
hell no. Fucking that E3 episode was amazing. So much information.
There was so much going on then. Oh, I miss those days. 3 hours of talking.
I didn't notice the time go. Like it just kind of went.
I didn't either. I just closed my laptop, walked outside, and my girlfriend was
That
pissed.
makes sense. Same thing here. And also, I think both those.
Like you said, it was going to be an hour.
Were due to liquor. Liquor makes us talk a lot more, and we definitely went way off topic on everything. No, I think we went into topic and then just expanded like ridiculously.
Yeah, it was definitely. We stayed on topic. I will say that much. We stayed on topic. Much better than we did on this podcast, by the way.
This podcast was all over the place, but we're going to be all over the place for a little bit. till things start actually solidifying themselves. As far as like No Man's Sky is out next week. Um, we're gonna have the PlayStation titles played out by next week, and I don't. I'm not. I mean, I'm gonna drop some World of Warcraft news because I know there's a couple of people that play World of Warcraft that listen to this. But I guess I'll give you the insight of what the hell's going on with Demon Hunters by late night that week because you only get 2 levels till a fucking level. Like the
That well, to most people that play World of Warcraft, that's like 10 minutes of
I'm
play, isn't
pretty
it?
sure of it. That's not even most people. That's like me. Like it's like not even 10 minutes. Like fucking 5 minutes in, you're fucking level 100, and it's like, what do you do then? It's like, oh, I guess I'll just walk down this path and see where it goes. Because now I'm into exploring shit. Like
See, that's why you need to get
I
back
don't
into G Dubs. That's
one
too, by the
not
way.
even one day. I'll probably definitely do it with the fucking video card just to see if I can play that fucking ridiculous like. Because that's oh my god when you're talking about G Dubs. And for those who at home do not understand what G Dubs is, Guild Wars 2. In
Yes.
all honesty, that is the most amazing looking game on this fucking planet as far as RPGs.
Oh yeah, the water in that game is absolutely fucking gorgeous.
The
The
water
water
effects
effects
are
are
so
amazing.
amazing that I had to go to the bathroom when I saw it. When I remember one time I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna try this out. Let me see what it looks like in ultra high graphics," and I fucking did it, and I had to go to the bathroom because I was by a lake, and it looks so real. It looks really intense on top of that, and it looks amazing. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm one like I already told you, don't listen to reviewers, but I'm gonna tell you off the bat, I fucking hate the game to an extent, but it's a game you have to try out because the journey
Yes.
from like 1 to 80 is it's kind of long, it's kind of grindy, but there's a lot of story in between. The concept of leveling from
Yeah.
1 to 80 was actually entertaining, and on top of that, Heart of the Thorns I wasn't too much of a fan of, but maybe I'll get around. Maybe I'll just fucking get into it, fucking just suck up a toenail, and just fucking go. And
Well, one thing that I like about that game is you can go into your story missions with a
oh
friend.
yeah, that should be every RPG. Because if you cannot fucking
It
go,
should
like
be.
that makes no sense. Because World of Warcraft you can do everything together. What was it? Guild Wars
Yeah.
you can do everything together. Except like, well, there's some times when you
Yeah.
can't do it. You have to like fuck around with options, and then you could do everything together. Because I remember that shit. I think it was like the same class shit. You had to like invite whatever, but still, you can still do everything together.
Well, you're talking about getting into raids
Oh, it was
and
the class
fucking
missions.
the
Like you have,
dungeons.
there's an option where you can
Oh,
allow like, hey, a friend to come in with you because you're the same class for some reason, and like you have to like fiddle around options, and then you could do it. But like if you don't have that turned off, you're like, oh, what the fuck? Why can't my friend join? I have no friends now. Like, no, there's an option you can fix it. But Guild Wars is definitely a game. Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2, those are great games. I fucking hate it right now, but at some point I probably won't. I'm very emotional when it comes to these things. But that's pretty much all the time we have for today. Uh, we will definitely see you guys next week because we have No Man's Sky. Might have more Pokemon news, which we hope we don't at some point. We gotta we
God, I
gotta
hope
dry
we
it out at
don't.
some point.
You have no. I have been scouring the internet looking for anything but Pokemon news, and I still came up with two
It's
fucking
like, oh, I
Pokemon
heard
things
about
to
this
talk about.
dildo that does great things with VR gaming, and it shows you Pokemon, and you're like, fuck, like it happens. Everything comes
It's
up
like
Pokemon.
it's like I've been looking around it. Like I came up with shit like, apparently Japan is going to be satellite broadcasting 8K television, and it's like that's great, but it has nothing to do
No,
with games.
that's crazy. I don't know how that's great, but that's fucking great. We're barely getting into 4K. As a matter of fact, I think excuse me, I think the S is 4K for the Xbox One.
Yes, the S is 4K, and if you don't have a 4K TV, there's no
It's
point in
fucking
buying it.
ridiculous. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to see what 4K even looks like before I even try to do anything like that nature. Because like 1080
Well, I've
1080p
seen
is
it in
fucking
stores.
ridiculous. Like if you had like the right TV,
Yeah.
the right hertz and everything, like 1080 Blu-ray movies look fucking gorgeous. What are you gonna do at 4K?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Well, honestly, the only thing you do with 4K is make the screen bigger. That's it. If you want to get a fucking 80-inch screen, get 4K.
oh, I see what you
If
mean.
you want to get a 65-inch screen, keep with 1080p. There's no point in
Okay, so
going
I don't
higher
have to deal
resolution.
with. All right. At some point, we're probably gonna end up covering up tech, and we promise our viewers at some point, because now I got an idea of how I want to do things, but we're gonna try to do things in sections. We have ideas.
We have ideas.
We're working on it. We've been like I know I've been doing it, but we've been listening to podcasts here and there, like ripping ideas. Well, let me not say ripping. We're borrowing ideas. We're borrowing
Yes,
some
we are
ideas to
borrowing
try to
them.
get things
We
like
will
the
give
email
them back
thing.
at some
Like if
point.
you have any questions, you can either hit us up on this video in the comment section below, and we'll bring it up in the next video. projectcyniacs@gmail.com. If you want to email something, don't email me your dick, because I'm just gonna put it on Facebook if I know you. And
Yes.
you know,
Oh wait, I need delete that email I sent you.
so, I'm just gonna have that email just for the the podcast or whatever, because it does go on iTunes, and that's a way for them to contact whatever whoever gets on iTunes. I think SoundCloud. I'm getting.
Yeah.
I don't know how SoundCloud operates, but for some reason I got like 4 followers after I threw up the episodes. I got like 4 followers, a
Oh.
couple of likes, and I'm like, are people really listening to us? Like, I'm not.
Hey,
I'm not complaining.
if people
I'm
listen,
not complaining,
awesome.
but now there's a way for you guys out there to drop in your questions, stuff we can research on the spot
Like me.
before we get on show. We can definitely come up with it.
Another. Do you want to talk about the game club
Game
idea?
Game
Club.
club. Go ahead.
One idea that I had tossed out is essentially like a book club, but with video games. If you have an idea for a cheap, inexpensive video game that you want us to play and talk about at some point, possibly at a secondary podcast or something like that. I haven't worked really much out as far as that goes, but
That's a great idea, because
give it.
a lot of indie games are out there.
Give us
and
ideas. Let us know.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I do want to try them, but at the same time, I don't. But if you guys tell us, hey, potato sack fucking gaming, like, we'll fucking do it. Like, we'll fucking play the game. We'll have it streamed up, and we'll have the videos ready, and we will talk about it on a side cast or probably on the main podcast for a little while, and throw up that video, because the indie gaming community is not getting too much recognition as is. Like, it depends on how much money.
Yeah, the AAA is still getting a lot of
They
recognition.
don't have enough money to get in their pockets or whatever. So it would be great for us to toss it out there, connecting with other games that we already talk about. Especially like Pokemon Go is like the selling topic. We'll talk about some Pokemon Go and then Potato Sack Gaming. Like, for people to listen to, and maybe you might be interested in playing this fucking game, or whatever games are out there that are indie. That's a great fucking idea, and we will all talk about it. And hopefully, if you suggested the game, you are there at the show, because you need to talk too. Like, we might actually have you call up or some shit on Google Hangouts and throw you into the show for questioning or some shit like that. Background check, stuff like that. Nothing serious. You might have you piss in a cup, but
just an FBI background check. That's all. That's all we
Um,
request. And we want to know who you hang out with, what you spend your money on. If you've traveled to Afghanistan anytime in the near past,
Exactly. We
just
want
let
to
us
know,
know.
because we are going to hunt you fucking down. Anyways, moving on. What was it, Johnny Utah? Have you either made or have a Twitter account ready?
I do not have a Twitter account, but
Okay,
I
because that'll be
can.
maybe that might be. I don't know if that works, so they could talk to you too. Maybe I don't know how they don't talk to me. So, but
Well, essentially, just
well,
have
I
to
have it
set up a
already on the
hashtag
video. But for those that are listening audio wise, what was it? It's at Cineax.
and you just do a
That's
search
it.
for a hashtag. Yeah,
Um,
or maybe set up an account just for
there you go. You
PSG.
could do something. Well, yeah, we could probably do something like that in time. But I already had so many people follow me on the other one, so maybe I'll just rename it or some shit. But pretty much at Cineax or whatever for Twitter if you want to reach me there. ProjectCineax@gmail.com for the fucking emails. Uh, if you're listening to this on iTunes, Pocket Cast, Google Play, even though we don't see it on Google Play, but they told me it's there. They said it was there.
Yeah.
You could definitely YouTube/Cineax, well, YouTube.com/Cineax. And if you are an Instagrammer person, if you're for the gram, that's another Cineax right there. Johnny Utah, he's gonna have to make a couple accounts.
Yes. Yeah, I just did a quick search on Google Play. Nothing's coming up for
I have
the
no idea why
PSG
not.
or Project City.
Did you try PSG?
I don't know. Um,
Try
I did not
PSG.
try PSG. Let me try that. No, I can tell you that it did come up for
Yeah,
Pocket Cast. So if you have Pocket
definitely
Cast, by all
get that on
means.
Pocket Cast. But yeah, it's on Pocket Cast. It's on iTunes. Pocket Cast, is that Android?
Pocket Cast is Android. It is also
iOS.
iTunes as well, or
Okay,
iOS
good.
as well.
So if you have either of those, do that. We'll probably try to figure out what's going on with Google Play because I want to get it out there. I want to get the word out everywhere, and I want people to join us in our community to talk about these games. And we're gonna have like little sessions and little times where we will talk about it together. We will take questions from the chat. We're looking to keep this on YouTube instead of Twitch, and then we're just gonna have the Twitch gaming stuff, like streaming random games on Twitch, move it onto YouTube and whatnot. But the chats will definitely be held on YouTube.
And day of for No Man's Sky, I will be doing a live stream of No Man's Sky. So that will be Delirium Nocturne on PlayStation
Are you
or
gonna do it off of your
PSN. So
PlayStation?
I'm gonna do it off
I'm
my
just gonna laugh because
PlayStation.
you're probably gonna get more fucking people than me.
I am more
No, it
entertaining
doesn't
than
matter.
you,
No,
so
like, you could be fucking quiet for all that. Like
throwing
I
that
could be
out
the
there.
fucking clown, and you could be quiet. But for some reason, a lot of people get people off of the PlayStation when you're doing. Was it based on? Was it versus doing it on software? Because maybe
Oh,
it's
okay.
because people are more interested. Like, I don't know. But and it's easier to fucking do anyway. So I guess.
Yeah, because it just pops up on the screen rather than having to search for it on
God damn it. Maybe
Twitch.
I should just start doing. No, I wasted all my money. Like.
No, just keep going with Twitch. We're
Oh,
sticking
that's
with
Twitch
Twitch.
gaming, and then YouTube podcasting. So we're gonna try to divide them a bit because people get on to fucking Twitch and I'm like, what the
Yes.
fuck are you doing? You're talking? We came to watch you play. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty much it for the show. We will be back next week at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern, Tuesday night. Even if it's just me by myself or me and Johnny Utah. Hopefully we'll have Frozone for next week because No Man's Sky is coming out, and hopefully we will have a decent amount of hours so we can talk about No Man's Sky because episode 6 will be mainly on No Man's Sky and how we felt about it.
And I'm shaking right now because I want to play
That's
that game
terrible.
so bad.
I'm not even like right now. I'm not even
If-
moved by it at
if
the
I-
moment. But I'm pretty sure when it's like Monday night, I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
If I had $1,300, I would
I'm
spend it to
pretty
play
sure
that
it's
game right now.
cheaper now. It should be like 600.
Somebody give me $1,300
Donate
to buy that game.
Oh, we actually have donate links too. If somebody did that, I'd be sick. Like, what are you doing? Take your money back.
No, don't give me $1,300 to
That'd be
play No Man's Sky
great.
right now.
But yeah, pretty much yeah, follow us on all those randomnesses. We will be back next week with PSN and No Man's Sky. Hopefully, no Pokemon. Watch
God,
Pokemon
hopefully
do some
not.
real stupid shit, and we're gonna be like, "Hey, look, we're sorry, but we have to talk about this for 1 second, and then we're gonna move on."
Yes, we'll have to open with a
Yeah,
public service
seriously.
announcement.
But here goes the outro.
And I would just like to say thank you for getting my name correct the whole show.
I fuck that up all the time.